Hello, Morris class, and welcome to your wider curriculum lesson for this week. So essentially, it is a little bit of history and a little bit of science mixed together, and this is our result. So for this lesson, you are going to need a pen or pencil and a whiteboard pen. Our learning objective for this lesson is, can I share what I have learned about space this term? So it is a little bit like a hot task. So for this lesson, if you have an adult with you who may be helping you or supporting you or guiding you through your work, then you should say, "Stop, I don't like it. I need to do this independently." Okay, but in a polite way, of course. I'm just joking. So this lesson you must do independently because you are going to show off everything that you have learned about space this term. Okay, so it gives us a good idea of what you have learned, what has stayed in your head, so we can make an assessment of how much you have learned during home learning. Okie dokie, Morris. So grab those things, and when you come back, we will go through a few questions together. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, it's going to be a quiz for this lesson. Now, it's a multiple choice, which means that every question will have 4 answers, and you just have to write down the one that you think is correct. There are 10 questions altogether, and we are going to go through the answers together, okay? So, are you ready? Let's begin. Question number 1. Let's make myself slightly smaller. There we go. Okay, good listening is Morris class. Remember, adults, if you are trying to guide your children in any way, then please stop yourself because we need the children to be able to show off everything that they have learnt. Okay, question 1. What was the name of the astronomer who lived in Slough and first discovered Uranus? Oh, I know you know this one, Morris class. Come on. What was the name of the astronomer who lived in Slough and first discovered Uranus? Was it A, Caroline Herschel? Was it B, Christopher Herschel? Was it C, Walter Herschel? Or was it D, William Herschel? Make your choice. So, just before you are writing the whole question down, stop right there, Morris class. I'm going to model what you need to do. So, let me grab a piece of paper, my notebook, and find a spare page. I'm almost at the end because I've been doing so many notes. Okay, so, now I need a pencil. Where's my writing pencil? Here is my trusted writing pencil. So, let me make this a little bit bigger for now. So, this is how I would like you to answer the questions. You are going to write question 1. To there, question 1, and then if you think it's, for example, if it's A and the answer was Miss Baig, for example, this is just how you're going to do it, okay? So you don't need to write down the whole question, you just need to write down your answer. Okie dokie. Right, if you need time to think, pause the video here and have a think. Okie dokie, and when everybody is ready, I will reveal the answer with my gorgeous pink tick. Okay, the answer is William Herschel. The answer was D, William Herschel. Let's move on to question number 2. Okay, why do astronauts need to exercise in space? So why do they need to exercise in space, Morris class? Is it A, so their muscles don't waste away? Is it B, to keep busy? Is it C, to make the ISS move? Or is it D, so they can eat more? Which one do you think it is? Make your choice. Okay, Morris, let's reveal the answer is it is A, so their muscles don't waste away. Okay, if you think back to our science lesson, we learnt why it was so important for astronauts to exercise in space. So they don't go through a process called muscle waste. Okay, so A was the obvious answer. Okie dokie, let's move on to question number 3. Okay, what is the name of the 4th planet from the sun, or away from the sun? So remember, here is the sun. Now this is the first planet. This is the second. What is the name of the 3rd planet? What was that mnemonic that you thought of? Do you remember? Little hint there. Make your decision. Okay, let's go through this together because I always like it. Oh no, something bad has happened again. I don't know why this always happens. It's really annoying. Okay, now the acronym, what is it called? A mnemonic. The mnemonic was that's not definitely not the right color. Right, my very educated mother just served us nachos. So, my very educated mother just served us nachos. And this one over here is a dwarf planet, and it is Pluto, which is not in our solar system. So, my very educated mother just served us nachos. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Mars. It is Mars. Well done, Morris class. Mars. Oh dear Lord. Oh, what's happened there? Right, got it. There we go. Mars. It is B, Mars. My very educated mother just served us nachos. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So there we go. Never miss a singing opportunity in this class, do we, Morris? Okay, next one. We have, what does the ISS stand for? Oh, this one's easy, Morris. You should know this one. Is it A, Intergalactic Space Station? Is it B, Intergalactic Space Satellite? Is it C, International Space Station? Or is it D, International Space Satellite? Okay, Morris class, make your decision. Dun, 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 dun. It is, is it this one? Is it this one? Oh, it's C, International Space Station. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Okay, you need to do good listening for this. Who was the first British person to live on the ISS? So the question is not who was the first British person in space. Who was the first British person to live on the ISS? Was it A, Helen Sharman? Was it B, Neil Armstrong? Was it C, Yuri Gagarin? Or was it D, Tim Peake? If you need some time to think, pause the video here, and once you unpause, we'll go through the answer. The answer is dun, 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 D, Tim Peake. He was the first British person to live on the ISS. Tim Peake. Question number 6. Who was the first person to walk on the moon? Now, was it A, Helen Sharman? Was it B, Neil Armstrong? Was it C, Yuri Gagarin? Or was it D, Tim Peake? I am not even going to waste time with this one because I know everybody knows the answer. The answer is Neil Armstrong. We know that one. That one is the most obvious one. Okie dokie. Moving on to question number 7. Who was the first person to go into space? So who was the first person, not animal, who was the first person to go into space? Was it A, Helen Sharman? Was it B, Neil Armstrong? Was it C, Yuri Gagarin? Or was it D, Tim Peake? And to even give you a little prompt, there is a picture of the person on the screen. Remember, you are doing this independently. That means without adult support. Okie dokie, let's reveal the answer. Dun, 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 dun. The answer is C, Yuri Gagarin. Well done, Morris. Okay, We have left out Helen Sharman. For a bonus point, what is Helen Sharman famous for? Does anybody remember? Think back to your intergalactic passports that you made for her and famous for. What did you write? Do you remember? Let's have a look. She was the first British person to go into space. So she was the first British person to go to the Mir space station in 1991. So she was the first British person, and her being a female as well, which is double special, to go into space. Ooh, as even a bonus point, did she go into space as an astronaut or a cosmonaut? Well done, as a cosmonaut. Okay. Question number 8. Which of these picnic foods could an astronaut eat in space? So which of these picnic foods, remember in comprehension, the question tells us what we need to do. Foods. So that means there's more than one. Could an astronaut eat in space? Pause the video here and select your answers. Well done. The answers are breadsticks. They could eat breadsticks. They could eat a wrap. They could eat an apple and crackers. Do you think they could eat crackers? Now, if you think about it, crackers are very crumbly. When you bite into them, it's like a big crunch. So you do have a lot of small particles flying around or floating around in space. So crackers would not be an ideal picnic food to eat in space. Okie dokie. Moving on to question number 9. What do scientists grow on a petri dish? So here is a petri dish. What do scientists grow on it? Is it A, bacteria? Is it B, jelly? Or is it C, dust? Or is it D, fingerprints? Pause the video here if you need time to think. And when you unpause, we will reveal the answer. Okay, Morris class, the answer is dun 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 dun. Oh, it's A, bacteria. Scientists grow bacteria in petri dishes. Okie dokie. Question number 10. What do astronauts need to survive in space? Now think about this very carefully, okay? What do astronauts need to survive in space? Think back to the basic human needs. Is it A, food, water, rest, and a spacesuit? Is it B, food, water, a camera, and toothpaste? Is it C, oxygen, food, water, and a computer? Or is it D, oxygen, food, water, and rest? Which one is your answer? Choose wisely, Morris class. Oh, this one is a bit of a tricky one. The answer is, let's go through them together. So, what if it was A, food, water, rest, and a spacesuit? But hang on a minute, how would you, in your spacesuit, you have like an oxygen tank attached, which allows you to breathe. After a few hours, or even like a day or two maximum, depending on how big your oxygen tank is, the oxygen will eventually finish. Okay, the tank will be empty. So how are you going to breathe? How are you going to breathe if you were to survive in space? If you were living on the ISS for 6 months, without oxygen, you wouldn't be alive. So it definitely, most definitely cannot be this one at all. So it's not this one. Nope. Let's think about B. Food, water, a camera, and toothpaste. Again, yes, we need toothpaste to keep our gums healthy, okay, and for tartar not to build up between our teeth. You should be flossing for that. So food, yes, we need food to eat. We need nutrients for our bodies to keep producing vitamins through our bloodstream. Water, yes, we need water. Do we need a camera? Now, a camera is a luxury. The question is asking need to survive. So I don't think it's that one because you don't need a camera to survive. Let's look at C. It's either one of these two now. Oh, oxygen, definitely. Food, definitely. Water, most definitely. And a computer. Now, these three things, 1, 2, 3, 100% you need those to survive. Do you need a computer to survive? No, so we're not going to go for this one either. So that leaves us with D. You need food, water, oxygen, and rest, of course, because if your body does not rest, if your brain does not rest, you don't have a minimum of 8 hours sleep, then you can't function very well. Okay, so D is our answer. Well done, Morris, for working through that with me. Okay, now right at the end we have a little question. So how did you do? Can you tally? So can you count how many questions you got right? Share that with me on Tapestry. And can you also share if you had adult support? Okay. Also, are you an astrophile? An astrophile is someone who knows a lot about space. So let's say if you got more than 8 out of 10, then you are a certified astrophile, which means you are a space expert. The last thing that I would like you to do underneath all of your answers is what is your most favorite thing or your most favorite lesson that you have had on space this term. Okay, share your answers with us on Tapestry. So, for example, it might be I loved learning about space food. Now, why? Oh, because I enjoyed trying the freeze-dried products that I bought from Tesco. So that might be that's one of the examples that you could use. Okay, or my most favorite lesson was to learn about Caroline Herschel and becoming a news reporter and doing a news report on her. Okie dokie, Morris class. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your answers on Tapestry. If you didn't score as high as you were expecting yourself to score, then do not worry. Okay, this is just a fun little quiz. It's not as if I'm going to be marking these down or anything. So please do not worry. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the next video. Take care for now, Morris class. Bye-bye.